Welcome to this week's edition of the Property Talk. And on set with me is the first year used to Wilbur. It's a pleasure having you on board.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here again.
So Wilbur, the last time I heard you, we talked about your I got called. These are things that are on the lips of every Ugandan, but they do not have the platform. So as much as I show you all these beautiful houses, these affordable houses, these nice interiors, we also have to talk about the core things that are shaking, moving, and we have to talk about them. So Wilbur, today we want to talk about the impact of the budget on real estate. What is your thought about the budget?
For real estate,
Yes.
the field that I practice,
Yes.
I feel like as the real estate sector, we should have got more from the budget. Given the demographics of our current population. As we speak today, Christabel, the preliminary results of the population census 2024
As
have
of
been
Thursday.
released. Yes. The preliminary results show that the population below 30 years is about 73%. The population above 60 years is only 5% of
Wow.
our total population. And the working population is about 55% out of all the total population. What does this show you? It shows you that there is an urgent and critical need for housing in this country. Between 14 and 30, say between 20 to 30 years, a youth has left home. They've left their parents' home, and now they need a roof over their head. Even if it's not a high-end accommodation, they need an accommodation above their head. Most of the developers develop for profit, meaning there is a gap.
All developers develop for profit. If we are to use the right emphasis of the word affordable, Wilbur,
Yes.
not developer is yet on affordable housing. Mirembe Chigo had tried it
Yes.
with the project at 40 million, a
Yes.
one bedroom.
Yes.
They had tried it, but still, because of the costs, because of the economy, because of the taxes,
Yes.
they have gone off it right now.
Yeah.
Right now, it's no longer affordable in the sense of affordable.
Yeah.
Unless you say cost effective.
Yes.
If we're looking at cost effective, we are having many developers doing cost effective housing.
The reasons why we haven't hit the affordable construction bracket.
Yes.
Definitely, the cost of construction in this country is high. You
True.
could say even in the whole of East Africa
True.
and even globally.
True.
Real estate is expensive, and putting up a property is expensive. From the materials to the cost of land to the processes that you go through to put a product on the market. That's why still affordability is not achieved. But there's a solution. Most of the countries that have successfully rolled out affordable housing, it is because it's spearheaded by government
Thank you. I was coming to that.
in terms of provision of land and amenities and social amenities that support this estate.
But
Yes.
before even we go there, Wilbur, before you give me an example of
Yes.
amenities, social amenities,
Yes.
I'll give credit. The road network in Uganda is starting
Yes.
to make sense.
Yes.
They are fixing the road network in
Yes.
Uganda. When it comes to that, when it comes to real estate, because infrastructure is part of real estate.
Definitely.
So if we're looking at the road network, but let's leave alone the amenities. Let's leave alone the infrastructure. It will not be of use, Wilbur, if the government itself doesn't take initiative to start up affordable housing on its own.
Yes.
These infrastructure and amenities will never make sense, Wilbur, because at the end of the day, Wilbur neonazimba oluguudo n'oluzimba emuyenga,
Yes.
ne bw'onaakola oluguudo n'olukola enaalya.
Yes.
Papa developer w'enaalya abadde apangisa ennyumba ku mitwalo 6 w'omukolera oluguudo omuwadde value y'ennyumba yagenda giteeka ku
1.2.
1.2 Buziga.
Yes.
That road ka Lukulya North.
Yes.
Houses were a one bedroom was at 350, 400.
Yes, true.
Today one bedroom in Lukuli is
800K.
1.5.
Yeah.
If it's standard modern, it's
Yes.
1.5. If it's the old kind of make, it's 800K.
Yes.
So it still doesn't make sense, Wilbur.
I understand.
So the government has
Yes.
to actually
Government needs to change its outlook on real estate.
true.
Real estate is one of the sectors that can drive an economy successfully. Real estate is an earning sector.
True.
It's not just a sector that spends. It's a sector that can bring in revenue to government. We've seen that it contributes a huge part of our budget. And now, if we support it, we can even get more income from
it.
real estate.
I keep saying that. I keep saying the government has focused so much on agriculture and tourism.
Yes.
They are not bad.
Yes.
They are good. But we need to accept that Uganda is still on a gold mine.
Yes.
And that is our real estate. But this real estate alone will boost our agriculture.
Yes.
It will boost our tourism.
Yes.
Our tourism would make bigger numbers if our real estate was good. But in conclusion, Wilbur, what do you think the government can do better in terms of the budget towards real estate? And what do you think they have done really? Because there are goods they have done.
Yes. About three things. Number one, like I said, to look at real estate as a sector that's meeting both the social need and the financial need that government has. Therefore, government needs to come up with social projects for housing to support the young generation that is coming up. Number two is planning. We need a master physical plan which is well implemented and executed to make sure that we intentionally plan out our cities. Even if we don't start with Kampala and start with the new district and the new cities that have been created,
you put it that
we
way,
plan
yes.
housing from all those areas to make sure that now we have organized societies that have recreation grounds and recreation amenities, that has social housing, that has hospitals, that has schools. Because any city or any town grows by people staying in it. So we should go to all these new cities that are created, provide funding, and come up with social projects and communities where people can stay and do work there and thrive. For example, government in the current budget has focused on wealth creation initiatives, several of them, Emioga and all those things. But you see, the PDM. But you see, the fact should be that as these people are given this money to do whatever they do there, real estate should also be encouraged in those areas so that people are encouraged to do work and stay there so that they grow those towns. But to get the money and then still come back to Kampala, then it doesn't help for unequitable growth for the country. So I think as we take the wealth creation initiatives, we should also take real estate initiatives to make sure that the towns grow with their people. That's when we shall achieve equitable development. But also, of course, supporting real estate developers, making sure that there are incentives for developers in terms of tax holidays, in terms of availability of land, in terms of PPPs where government can partner with private developers, provide land, a developer puts up structures and make sure that the structures put up are affordable, but also encouraging reducing on the taxes of the materials used in real estate.
Well, it was a pleasure having you on set. Thank you
so
so much. But for today, we'll wind up with that. Till next time, stay blessed. We love you.